Hey guys! Today I'm going to be doing the end of the year book tag. This tag was created by Ariel Bissett, and honestly, I have watched a couple of videos of people doing this tag, like when it first came out, but I haven't looked at the questions myself. I haven't even thought about what books I would use for any of these questions, so we're just gonna jump right into this and see where it goes. Question number 1 is, are there any books that you've started this year that you need to finish? I read books one at a time, and if I sit the book down, I normally have done it for a reason, so it normally just goes like to the DNF pile. Before, I used to force myself to read the books even if I wasn't enjoying them. Fifth wave. Sorry, I had a little tickle. But I have come to the conclusion that I don't mind DNFing books, especially if I'm not enjoying them, because there are just way too many books and way too little time to be reading books that I just don't enjoy. So, since I can't read 2 books at once, and since I DNF books now, that means I only have 1 book that I have currently started and need to finish, and that is Armada by Ernest Cline. I'm on page, what page am I on? I'm on page 33. So I just started this like last night, and I haven't got very far into it. I wasn't sure I was going to like it at first, but like that was only the first chapter. The second chapter, I kind of started to like really like it. So, as much as I could 2 chapters in. So, I'm definitely going to be finishing this book, and it shouldn't hopefully take me very long, because I flew through those 30 pages. I was just getting too tired to continue reading. Question number 2 is, do you have an autumnal audit for some reason I can't say that word, but an autumn book to transition you to the end of the year? I'm pretty sure I read Red, White, and Royal Blue, but my months are like all like blended together, and I spent all of last Christmas, spring, and then the summer in the hospital with family, so seasons are still a thing apparently. But I'm pretty sure I read this around the autumn time, so we'll go with this book. Question number 3 is there a release you're still waiting for? And I don't think so. Last year, or this year, at the beginning of this year, I actually made a list of most anticipated. So let's see. Nope. The last one came out November 5th, which was Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. So, nope, I am not anticipating any more releases. Question number 4 is, what are 3 books that you still want to read before the end of the year? Well, Armada, I'm not going to count for this. After I finish Armada, I think I need to read exactly 3 books to finish my Goodreads reading challenge. So I already know what one of them is going to be, and that's Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This I may actually continue and read Scarlet, and that may be one of the 2 books as well. But I also want to reread The Maze Runner by James Dashner, because it's been a while since I've read it, and I'm really feeling the urge to reread the series. So I'm not really sure. Definitely these 2 books, but the 3rd book may just be Scarlet. We'll see how that goes. It really depends on how long it takes me to finish Armada, and how long it takes me to reread The Maze Runner, and if I want to like continue rereading The Scorched Trials. I'm not touching The Death Cure because Newt, but I'll either be reading The Scorched Trials, Scarlet, or some other random book. Question number 5. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I've actually heard a lot of great things about the Lunar Chronicles, so I don't know if Cinder will, make my favorite book of the year, just because I've read so many Cinderella retellings that it's gotten old at this point, so I'm not sure on this. But if I do read Scarlet, I feel like that has the potential to, because I haven't read a lot of like Little Red Riding Hood retellings, and I'm actually really in the mood for that. So that's just out of the books like I plan to read that I think could make my favorite books. But I don't know, there's a couple that's already made it onto that list, and I actually plan on making a video about this like actually after the year is over. So at the moment, I think Scarlet would be like the closest thing, and I may just read a random book after Armada and The Maze Runner and just like completely love it. So I mean, it's gonna be a shock, definitely. I've actually had a lot of books make it on my like unexpected favorite books category, and it's just like, where do these books come from and how do I get more of them in my life? A good example of this is The Music of What Happens. I got an arc of this book and I read it at the beginning of the year and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And it's been like, I read it back in either December or January. I'm pretty sure it was January. And I needed to reread the book right away. And even months down the road, I'm still wanting to reread the book. And it's just, I just picked it up because I knew it was an LGBTQ book and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And it shocked the hell out of me because that normally does not happen. And finally, question number 6 is, have you already made reading plans for 2020? And the answer to this is a big hard yes. But my reading plans are weird. To put it in a way, my reading plans are to read a lot less. I'm sticking with all the books that I own, and I want to read very little, which isn't something I normally strive towards. Like, I drew this big bookshelf in my new journal, and it's just like, I don't plan on filling any of this up, really. Like, my Goodreads goal here for 2020, 10 books. That's all I want to read is 10 books. And that is because I actually plan on doing maybe like 2 readathons too. The Owls readathon and the Newts readathon. I really wanted to participate in those this year but didn't get to. So next year I really want to. Those will probably be like the 2 readathons that I take a break from my writing for. Because that's what I want to focus on next year, is writing. I didn't get to do any writing this year. I think I maybe wrote like 1,000 words, and that's because there was just way too much stress and depression I was dealing with, and then so many hospital stays. And it's just, between all of that and the fact that my OCD will not let me not finish a Goodreads reading challenge, and it won't let me lower it because then I fear that Goodreads won't count it as finished if I lower it, which has happened before, so it's actually a legitimate fear. So I'm just planning to not read as much. I want to read some, but I definitely want to read less than a book a month, just in case I get into like these really good writing moods. But writing is my focus for the year 2020, and hopefully I can finally finish the first draft of Project Valentine, maybe give it a name or title, whatever you want to call it. Besides that, I don't think I have any more reading plans, at least none that I feel comfortable sharing on camera, because I feel like if I share them, I actually like have to do them, and I feel like if I just go ahead and do them without saying anything, then they're just like little surprises. So I'm just going to leave that question here for now. I'm not going to tag anybody because I don't enjoy doing that. So if you guys feel like doing the tag, do the tag. If you don't want to do it, but you enjoy watching these, I'm sure there's like a large stream of people that have done this tag at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!